So, this is my story how Reddit Let's Not Meet saved me from a predator. To put this into context, I am an 18-year-old girl living in New Zealand. I suffer from anxiety and shut down in stressful situations and become rather overwhelmed when I am not sure how to deal with something. This story happened yesterday whilst I was waiting at my bus station to catch a bus home. I'd had a long day at work and my legs were in pain, and all I wanted to do is get home and watch some YouTube in bed. It was getting dark and the sun was almost completely down. As I was listening to some music in a rather deserted area of the bus station, a man considerably larger than myself sauntered up and sat down directly next to me on the bench, which I didn't think much of. To put this into perspective, I'm roughly 55 kilograms. He must have been at least 100 and could have easily overpowered me. I noticed out of the corner of my eye that this man was staring at me and began to feel a little uncomfortable, but pegged it up to him looking at my mask. It's rather nondescript and just black. I ignored this and acted busy on my phone to avoid talking. As I said, I had a long day at work. The man began to talk, and I pulled out my AirPod to listen to what he was saying to me. The AirPod fell and landed on the ground, to which he picked it up for me, held onto it and stared at it for a few seconds before handing it back to me. I was already getting bad vibes from this man. The conversation went something like this. "Your eyes are beautiful, did you get them from your mum or dad?" "Ah, my mum, I guess." I kept my replies short to try signify I wasn't in the mood for talking, but he continued. "What bus are you catching? Where do you live?" I laughed nervously and told him I didn't feel very comfortable sharing where I lived, but I told him it was farther up north. He then said, "Why? It's not like I'm going to force something on you. Isn't it really fancy up there?" This was where I began to feel seriously uncomfortable and began to shake. He asked if I had a boyfriend, to which I said yes, and he proceeded to ask if I planned to marry him, to which I laughed and said yes. "Oh, it kind of sounds like you're just rooting him. Are you sure you want to marry him?" I was shocked and looked at him before telling him, again, yes. I do plan to marry my partner. "How old are you?" I don't know what came over me, but I told him I was 21 to try make it come across that I was old enough to stand up for myself. "Are you on the pill?" "I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable sharing that and don't see why you need to know that. Oh, so you use condoms instead?" I wanted to walk away, but I was grounded to the bench and couldn't move a muscle if I tried. I was uncomfortable and confused as to why he was asking these questions. "Do you have someone waiting for you at the bus stop, or are you walking home? How far do you live from the bus stop?" This is the question that made everything click into place, and I realized this guy has a malicious intent. He's not being friendly. This man is going to follow me home and either force himself on me or kidnap me. I started to really panic and started desperately looking for onlookers. A young man, possibly my age, walked out of the public bathroom last and had overheard these conversations and was looking at the predator rather skeptically. I knew then I'd at least have someone to help if I just asked for it. I didn't. By this point, I recalled a video from Reddit about a highly pregnant woman and her daughter being followed to their car in an empty car park in the dark by an older man. This lady was stressfully trying to find her keys in her purse as this man was standing beside her daughters on the opposite side of the car making small talk with them. He got impatient and had walked away before she'd found her keys. Someone commented on her submission saying this was a popular thing, and that he was waiting for her to unlock the car so he could get in and control her via threats of her children. It occurred to me that I should skip my bus and catch another one at a later time. I did this exactly. He kept trying to ask where I live, and I continued to refuse telling him where. He also continued to ask how far I live from the stop and if my partner was waiting for me. I deflected all his questions, and after 40 minutes, he began to get grumpy and walked away from the station. He wasn't there to catch a bus at all, but to prey on young women at a bus stop. I caught my bus about 10 minutes after he left and I ran home, where I completely broke down and cried in the arms of my partner. This morning I was so stressed I contemplated taking the day off work and staying in bed the rest of the day. I was petrified. I didn't. I'm at work posting this. After that, I've definitely decided that perhaps Reddit, Let's Not Meet